You know something, Gordon? People really don't realize how close spoiler number one and myself really are. When I come into town, maybe 3 or 4 times a month, I go over his house. He shows me new things. Number two shows me new things, Gordon. We're very, very close, spoiler number one. And what about this freebie?
Well, Bobby, you know, if Dusty Rose doesn't want to accept the Southern heavyweight belt, the most important belt in the South, I'll be glad to keep it and wear it very proudly. You know, it was a long, hard struggle to get the Florida single heavyweight belt. I managed to get that. And of course, Bobby, you know what a struggle and a hard-fought battle was for spoiler number two and myself to gain the Florida tag team heavyweight belts.
Oh, I sure do.
And you know, as I said before, it was only a matter of time, Gordon, before the spoiler number one and number two would have all the important belts in the South. And you're looking at the most important belt right now, the Southern Heavyweight Champion. And poor old Dream Stardust Dusty Rhodes, redneck himself, if he is not proud enough to accept the Southern Heavyweight belt, well then for you, Dusty Rhodes, I'll gladly accept it in your favor.
Indeed, sir. Well, we're going to see spoiler number one in action right now. He'll be going up against the Minnesota strongman, Mr. Paul Ellering, momentarily, and Mr. Duncombe apparently is going to stay here with me.
Well, I'm going to stay right here with you, Gordon. So I'm going to point out number one's finest move. Sometime in the future, I'll even come out here with number two and show you some finest moves. I'll make an appearance with number two with you sometime.
You will?
Yes, sir.
I would really like to
Number
see
two
that.
don't like to talk too much.
I'd really like to see that, Mr. Duncombe. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer.
This match is for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing on my right from Melrose, Minnesota, weighing in at 240 pounds, Paul Ellering. His opponent, on my left from parts unknown, weight unknown, the Florida champion, the Spoiler.
The Spoiler going up against Paul Ellering. Quite a test for Mr. He is a relative rookie in the pro ranks of wrestling and facing obviously a veteran of the campaigns, the Spoiler number one, currently the Florida heavyweight champion, the Southern heavyweight champion. Reversal by Mr. Ellering, and the Spoiler utilizing those ring ropes, Mr. Duncombe.
Well, Gordon, you got to use a ring rope. Now, watch his speed and agility. He's quick as a cat. You know, we go to Clearwater. We run the beaches together when I'm in town, you know. And we do a lot of training together. He's one of the finest men that I've ever run across, Gordon. He's really bad, boy. He's like a machine, in shape, runs, trains.
I don't think anybody would dispute the absolute fabulous conditioning of the Spoiler. Good takedown by Ellering. Ellering back on his feet.
But see how quick he got up.
Yes,
He's like a cat, just waiting for the right stalk. Gets him just where he wants him, he'll take him down, Gordon.
Well, as I said before, this is going to be quite a test indeed. A good clean break by the Spoiler. Backing off. Ellering watching his man. I would really be curious, Mr. Duncombe, if sometime when spoiler number two is in the ring, I'd like very much to see you seated next to me.
Well, I'll sure be here. We'll work it out in the future when I'm back in town. You know, my suspension is going to be lifted here, I hope, pretty soon. I'm still working on it. Got my lawyers working on it. We're talking about it, and it's going to have to be done pretty soon. And I'm back in town 3 or 4 times a month, maybe more sometimes.
No, I would imagine so, sir. Ellering feeling some of the pain inflicted on him by the Spoiler, but Ellering now with a side headlock off the ropes.
Wow, come on.
Good shoulder
slow on
smash.
that one.
And the Spoiler knocked out of the ring, and I believe that's the first time
Caught him by surprise.
that I have ever seen the Spoiler knocked out of the ring. And the Spoiler coming up.
Here comes a shady move here. Watch him.
Ellering offering him room to get back into the ring.
Well, I'll be dead, man.
Ellering brings him up, a full body slam. Ellering into a standing guillotine, and the Spoiler's got himself a bundle of problems. Ooh. Ellering hurtled through those ropes. Spoiler trying to break the guillotine. The count is on. And it is the spoiler returning the favor that Paul Ellering.
Look at the fine gestures making, fine gestures, letting him in the ring.
And the spoiler ripping across his eyes as Ellering came into the ring. Elbow to the base of the skull of Paul Ellering. Spoiler brings him up. A full body slam. Ellering powers him off. And you must admit, Mr. Duncan, Ellering is an extremely powerful wrestler.
Very powerful. I heard he has some more records somewhere. Got them 22-inch arms on him, little waist. Looks pretty agile himself.
Ellering looking around. Spoiler catching him from behind.
He's not good enough, Gordon. All of his muscles didn't buy him a cup of coffee today.
Caught from behind.
Look at the agile come right up there, ready to go again. Not even breathing hard.
The spoiler, obviously upset and embarrassed by Paul Ellering, scores a victory, and there is your winner, the spoiler.
You get tongue-tied there, Gordon.